the time to make all the costumes for your child's class and nurse a baby and run behind a toddler and send a baby off to school. Like, how many hours you got in your day?
Hey y'all, I'm Makeda. Welcome to OhSewFly, our channel where we'll discuss a lot of sewing with a dash of mommying. If you're new here, be sure to hit the subscribe button and don't forget to press the bell for notifications. So you're here for my Sew With Me video. And in my version of Sew With Me, I wanted to just take a moment while I'm working on my projects to chat a little. And I wanted to talk today about sewing with little ones. Before I get into my chat, I am working on the Brindle and Twig Kimono Sleeve Romper, and I talked about doing this in my October sewing plans video. The step that I'm on, I have the front of the romper. I'm making out of this French terry, and I'm about to place the, what do you call these things? The pockets. Yeah, I'm about to place the pockets. Wow, I did not serge the top of the pocket. Do I want to serge the top of the pocket? Do I want to do that? I don't know if I want to do that. I think I'm gonna leave it. I might regret that later. All right, anywho, I started sewing a year ago. I was pregnant with my second daughter. My first daughter is 20 months old and the second one is 8 months old. So you see I had them pretty close together. But I was just like, okay, this is a skill, a useful skill. My mom knows how to sew. She did sew when I was younger, and that's a whole nother video for another day. But she, you know, she sewed for a little while and then she kind of stopped sewing. But at the time I was older. I was probably like 11 or 12 years old when I really saw my mom kind of get into sewing for, you know, for a bit. But I started sewing. I was just like, okay, this is a great skill. It's not going to hurt me learning how to do it. And I took the class. I had no idea I was going to fall in love with it. And I'm pretty much like hooked at this point. Sewing was cool at that moment because, you know, I was just pregnant. And my little one was, she wasn't as mobile as she is now. She was kind of chill at that point in time. And she's totally different now. And so I was able to do a few things, you know, as much as I could because I just started. So I was like brand new to it. But when my second daughter was born, I really needed to sew. It's been really good for my spirit. It's been good for my energy. I enjoy the high of making something that I really like and just sharing that with people. And I hate to say it, but kind of bragging a little bit, like, I made that, I made that. That kind of energy. And I love making things for my daughters. Like I'm making something for them right now. But it's difficult. I'm a stay-at-home mom. And for a lot of mothers, the stitching hour begins when them babies go to sleep. So if you're at home with your children all day, or even if you're at work and then you are home with your children, you're pretty much exhausted. By the time my day is over, I am super exhausted. I'm only doing this because it's like, oh, this just is, you know, it's just good for my spirit. But I'm tired. I'm like really, really tired. And I wish I had a bit more time to do it in the middle of the day. I try to do as much as I can do. Now that they are a little older, I have a little bit more control on what my day is kind of going to look like. They don't nap at the same time. So as long as their turn up level is not on 10, that kind of, I can do a little something. So I might trace out a pattern. I might only trace out the sleeve, you know, while one of them is up. But at least I did that. I'd love to be able to just have a bit more time doing it without the interruption. The crazy piece is that I really like sewing for them. I love making things for my daughters. I just want somebody to watch my babies while I go through the process of making them really nice things, you know? Yeah. And I know a lot of moms who sew. I know a lot of older moms who are like, yeah, I used to make all my children's clothes. I used to do this. I used to do this. And I am just kind of like, how? When you have the time to make all the costumes for your child's class and nurse a baby and run behind a toddler and send a baby off to school? Like how many hours you got in your day? Like, how were you able to do that? So for the veteran mamas out there, I need assistance. How are you able to do it? How? Wow, it's taking me a long time to pin these pockets. For some reason, my mind just went to an episode of the Love to Sew podcast, a Speedy episode. And I can't remember if it was Helen or Caroline. I honestly don't know who. I was just thinking to myself today as I listened to the latest episode that I can't distinguish their voices still after listening to them for a year. But they were talking about speedy sewing, and it was just like, don't pin. I'm not at the don't pin phase. I still need to pin. Okay, so I have my pockets pinned. Ooh, this looks janky. This looks so bad. Wow. You know what this kind of looks like? Wow. Maybe it's because I have them up to my boobs. That's literally what this looks like. This is horrible. I don't like this. Wow. I don't like this. Maybe I won't do pockets on this. Let me flip this pocket around. I also live in a really small space, so my sewing area consists of a table, and I have a trunk, and I have a bin and a basket. I have a lot of things for my sewing, for my sewing, but I can't just leave my things out. But I don't like having to pack everything up. Bring it back out, pack it back up, bring it back out. That part in itself is fairly exhausting. Okay, let me just kind of see what this looks like before I... Oh, that looks much better. Does it look much better? Do I want these pockets? The problem is if I don't put the pockets on, it's going to be hell to put the pockets on if I actually sew up the romper and then randomly decide that I want the pockets. So I'm using a French terry, and so it frays. And so what I did was I serged the edges of the pockets because I thought to myself, if the edges are serged, then, it's not going to fray. And it'll be a cute little rustic look, but I don't think this looks rustic at all. This looks janky. Okay, no pockets. No pockets. That's it. I just kind of wanted to just shout a little bit. I think a lot of times, especially as a new mom, I still consider myself a new mom because I just had a baby a year ago. Like, I know nothing. I know nothing. I know what I know, but that's nothing. I think it's really important for us to find things that we love, that we enjoy, that's just good for us. I just hate the fact that I can't do what's good for me for as much time as I'd like to, due to the stage that, that they're in. But again, if there are any moms out here who are pros, beasts at handling the babies, the household, everything, and still able to crank out sewing project after sewing project, and not just for your children, but for yourself, if that's what you're interested in, but like things that are just like, oh my God, amazing, wonderful garments, please, 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 please leave a comment below and let me know how you do this. Check out my latest video, and I will see you all next week. Deuces. Bye. Oh, my hair looks really good on this side. It looks really good. I mean, these curls are popping.